Good afternoon. Today I will provide more details of the officer-involved shooting that occurred August 27, 2025 in the 13800 block of Far Hill Lane. This is the sixth Dallas police officer-involved shooting in 2025. At approximately 7:35 p.m. on August 26, 2025, Dallas police received a 911 call from a witness reporting that the subject, late identified as 46-year-old Martin Bennis, had been drinking alcohol and was armed with a knife, making threats inside the residence. A second witness sent a text message to 911 stating that Mr. Bennis was acting erratically, trying to harm himself, and endangering other persons in the residence. The first patrol officer was dispatched at approximately 7:40 p.m. and arrived at 7:44 p.m. Officers met with the witness who answered the door. As officers were speaking with the witness, Mr. Bennis appeared from a room inside the house and began quickly walking towards officers and the witness brandishing a knife. The officers drew their firearms and backed away to gain distance as Mr. Bennis continued moving towards them with the knife. As the officers reached the front yard, they stopped and gave loud verbal commands to drop the knife, which prompted Mr. Bennis to stop at the porch. He went back inside the house and closed the door. One officer observed that Mr. Bennis had blood on him. The officers could not determine where Mr. Bennis was injured and was concerned for his well-being. A patrol supervisor spoke with the witness who explained that Mr. Bennis injured himself while intentionally cutting off his ankle bracelet, his ankle monitor. The witness told officers that Mr. Bennis had expressed a desire to no longer live and would kill himself if officers entered the residence. A right care unit made up of police officers, a mental health clinician, and paramedics was called to the scene. Because Mr. Bennis cut off his ankle monitor, a warrant for insufficient bond related to an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon was issued. Patrol officers contacted the fugitive unit to verify the warrant and requested SWAT, who arrived at 11 p.m. SWAT officers used several tactics to persuade Mr. Bennis to exit the residence. All of them were unsuccessful. SWAT supervisors made the decision to enter to take Mr. Bennis into custody. At approximately 1:24, SWAT officers breached and entered the home to search for Mr. Bennis. He was found in the bedroom, lying in the bed. One officer observed that he still had the knife. SWAT officers deployed a taser, which was ineffective. Mr. Bennis stood up with the knife and charged the officers. Once the officers deployed another taser, and Officer Samuel McDonald and Officer Christopher Nielsen fired their duty weapons at Mr. Bennis, hitting him. He attempted to stand up and approach officers, who fired again, hitting him one more time. A SWAT medic entered to render aid, and he died at the scene. No officers was injured during this incident. This is an ongoing investigation conducted by the Dallas Police Special Investigation Unit. The Dallas County District Attorney's Office was notified, responded, and will conduct their own investigation. The office's community police oversight was notified and has been briefed regarding the incident. To be transparent, the Dallas Police Department is releasing the 911 audio, text to 911, and the body-worn camera footage of the incident.
Dallas 911, this is Donna. Where's your emergency? Yes, very, very emergency. My son is come down into suicidal. He's yelling that he will kill everybody. But he really is very dangerous. He's yelling that he will kill everybody, and he has such a nice.
Ma'am.
I just heard some banging there. Dallas Police! How you doing? Where is he?
Yeah, but we didn't have medicals.
Okay, Donde is Martin?
He's already, but he has got, this won't kill
Come outside.
himself.
Come outside. It's okay. Come on outside.
He won't kill himself.
Hey, Martin!
Does he have a knife?
No, you guys sprayed me already, and I'm done with this shit.
Martin!
I'm done with this shit.
How you doing? Put it down! Put it down!
Martin, drop the fucking knife!
Put it down, Martin! Drop the knife! Drop the knife!
Drop the fucking
Drop
knife!
it!
Drop it
Drop the
now!
knife!
Drop it now!
Ma'am, come out here! Ma'am, come out here! Who else is in the house? Who else is in the house? Come over here!
Come here now! Come here!
He's okay.
Who else is in the house?
Who else is in the house?
No one.
Just you two?
Police, don't move! Let me see your head! Hey, back up, back up.
Back up, back up, back up!
Tase him again.
Nice!
Fuck!
Hold on.
Alright, finish your
47.
job. Back clear.
Shut out.
I've
One
got
second.
it.
Give me some space to work too.
me know when you're good.
No pulse. All right, come on. Nope. All right, go ahead and get DFR up here. See if I can bag him. Just strip him and lay him flat. Scott, if you want to pull his legs.
The two involved officers, Senior Corporal Samuel McDonald, has been a member of the department since January 1997. Senior Corporal Christopher Nielsen has been a member of the department since April 2008. I'm here to answer any questions that there may be.
Yes. So between the initial call and when SWAT entered the house, there's a few hours in between there. Can you describe police efforts during that time generally, and then specifically what the Right Care team was doing during that period of time?
So we tried to get Mr. Bennett to come outside. We utilized, we called him out. We even had his mother try to call him out. We tried to reach him on the cell phone. We used drones to go in. We used robots to go in. We even put gas at one time to try to get him out. And Right Care, when it's a violent suspect like that, it's only so much that they can do, but we did call them on the scenes beforehand, but they were there.
And in that period, you mentioned a few things there. Did y'all get any sort of response from him, and what was that response if you got one?
Well, so in the beginning, we knew he was there because he would respond by like maybe turning the lights on and off, but he would not come out at all. Yes, ma'am.
Is SWAT typically used in those situations where it's just that one person in the home and no one else inside, or?
Well, we had to get him out. At this time, he was a felon, and he has shown he has a violent history, and clearly he went after officers before, stating that, you know, comments about killing himself, and this is it. Yeah.
You mentioned alcohol, but any evidence of drugs or any other substance?
Well, we were told that he was drinking from the 911 call, but he does have a past history of utilizing drugs.
To make sure I understand, so prior to the initial call, there was not an outstanding warrant at that time. The warrant was issued after the initial call and the initial interaction.
Correct. The warrant was issued because he cut off his ankle monitor, and then once he cut the ankle monitor off, then a warrant was automatically issued by the county.
Chief, can you just talk us through a little bit of that part of the video where we see him get tased the first time, and then he gets up and kind of, lunges towards the officers. Then a second taser is deployed, and then quickly after that, the gunshot?
Right. So as he was laying in bed, you heard the officers say he has a knife. He has a knife still in his hand. So the hopes was when they tased him was that he would drop the knife, they can take him into custody without incident. That was the hope. But he went through the taser, still had the knife, started coming towards the officers. You saw them starting to retreat. Another officer then tried to tase again. He was shortening up the distance, and the officers fired their weapons, shooting him and hitting him.
I understand there's investigations ongoing and there's multiple facets of the response here, but how would you characterize the response that you saw?
I think officers did everything to keep everyone safe in Dallas.
Can you talk a little bit overall of just in a situation like this when officers, are faced with, this incident where someone is approaching them with a weapon, just the amount of safety and precautions that are taken into place that officers have to consider?
Yeah, it's tough, and distance can be made up so quickly, and there's so many times where an officer can have a gun pointed out, someone has a knife, and before the officer can fire, they actually strike the officers with the knives.
We know of at least 2 prior arrests at this address and around earlier this year. Did those arrests factor at all into any of the decisions that we saw in the footage? Or how was that weighed?
Well, we knew he had a violent history. He had a violent history. In one of the arrests, he tried to run over a neighbor with the vehicle, and then he resisted arrest from officers where he was tased before also. So we knew the history of him.
And I guess how and to what degree did that factor into the decisions that police made throughout the night?
Well, it all plays a part, right? The goal is to take everyone into custody without incident, but at the same time, we have to remain safe and try to do it as safely as we can. And unfortunately, sometimes it goes to the highest level.
2 more questions. I believe you mentioned that there were 2 calls that were made to 911. We saw one was the mother said her son put everyone in danger, but are you able to say who that other person was, or was it the same person that called twice, or?
So you had the call in the 911, and then you had the brother has a text message that went in to 911.
The use of the, oh, good.
No, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the use of the drone, I know there's a proper name for it, I'm not sure what it is, but the drone use, what was the scope of kind of the usage there? What was the angle? How did y'all use that?
So we're trying to see everything that we can see inside the house to get a full picture, see where he's at, if there's anyone else in the house, is he harming himself? So we're trying to get an understanding to use that information from the drone for us to try to take him into custody safely.
One more question?
And Chief, that was what we saw at the top of the stairs. It looked like a robot that was sitting there.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it can come up the stairs. Was it flying, or does it go up the stairs?
You know what? It was up on the stairs. How it got there, but it was there.
Understood. And then that gave your officers, the SWAT officers, the understanding and knew that he was in that upstairs room.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much. We're going to release this. We'll send out a link to dpv.com where you'll be able to see the body on camera.